A first thought, was this outcome expected?
By and large, yes. It's long been thought that the 4 candidates who opposed Macky Sall in this election probably didn't have the political clout, the experience, weren't well known enough in Senegal to be formidable opponents to Macky Sall as he sought a re-election. And that's reflected in the figures that we're seeing today. Macky Sall, according to those provisional results, winning at 58.25%. His closest rival then, Idrissa Seck, on 20%, and Ousmane Sonko coming in third with 15.67%. And this points, I think, then not just to Macky Sall and his popularity himself, although it is clear that he is popular. He's presided over a good degree of economic growth in Senegal. Senegal's economy is booming, growing at around 6% a year. And lots of people we spoke to when we were on the ground in Dakar over the past couple of days telling us that the economy and the booming economy was one of the main reasons why they turned out to vote. Many people telling me personally they were voting for the president for that reason. But we can't ignore another key factor in this race, which is the candidates representing the 2 biggest opposition parties in Senegal, the Democratic Party and the Socialist Party, were both unable to field their candidates in this election. And many people said that that meant that Macky Sall had a very easy run at that top job, because both of those parties have really dominated politics in Senegal since the end of colonial times. And without them, it's really hard for us to gauge how well Macky Sall would have done had either of those parties been able to put up their candidates. Certainly Khalifa Sall, the party, the candidate who was supposed to represent the Socialist Party, is a very popular figure, particularly in Dakar, where he was once the mayor of the city there.
Well, Nadia, you made reference to it there. You were part of the France 24 team who was actually on the ground covering those elections for us. Just talk us through, if you were, major elections, highly anticipated. How did they all go off where you were?
Pretty smoothly, by and large, from what we saw. People there generally very enthusiastic to vote, and that reflects the final turnout that we saw. 60% of people turning out to vote in that first round of elections, which is high, up from the 2012 election, where it was more like 51% of people who turned out to vote. And when we asked people, why are you coming out to vote in this election, they said they think it's our democratic responsibility as Senegalese people to come out to cast their ballots. Some people making comparisons with neighbouring countries, for example, Nigeria, where, of course, there have been problems with the electoral process. So a lot of people believing that they wanted to get out and vote, but there were some problems too. I spoke to a woman when vote counting was underway from an independent electoral commission, and she told us that 53,000 people had their voting cards on them but were unable to vote during the day. Now, that likely wasn't because of a deliberate attempt to bar people from a particular background or supporting a political party from being able to vote, but because of logistical problems. And believe it or not, that apparently included 3 ministers in the Senegalese government, including the Senegalese foreign minister, were initially unable to vote. Now, obviously, those men have quite a bit of authority in the country, so they were able to find a way to belatedly vote. But it does give you a little bit of an insight into some of the logistical, technical problems that we did see a little bit throughout the day. But overall, the process was smooth. There were no major irregularities, and many people, very enthusiastic to cast their ballot in what is a country that's often seen as a kind of poster child in West Africa for democracy.
OK, well, Nadia, thank you. And if you are just joining us, a reminder that Senegal's President Macky Sall has won re-election with 58% of the votes. That is according to provisional results coming in from the National Vote Counting Commission just a short time ago. Nadia, thank you.